Hey class, for this exercise 1, we're going to be creating your first After Effects project. Our goal is to understand the basic workflow of creating an After Effects project, adding media and rendering, and also to get a little understanding of the user interface. We're going to put together a video using 3 different types of media, so text from Photoshop, a green screen video, and then we're going to add music. We're going to use some animation presets to animate our text, and then we're going to export or render our video using Adobe Media Encoder. So let's take a look at what we're going to be creating, and you're going to give your own little spin to it. All right, so that's what we're going to be creating. The first thing we'll need to do is actually download the assets that we're going to be using in our project. So those assets are linked on our Canvas page. There's 3 of them. 2 of them are from Pixabay, and you will need to sign up for an account to download. So for the first one, it's a green screen kitten, and you're going to want to download the highest resolution, the 1920 by 1080. And click download. You're also going to go to Monday Hopes' link and download Waltz for a cat, which is very fitting. And then the last one will be the text file, text and background. And for those of you, I'll also link them down below on YouTube. All right, so I've downloaded those files and I've placed them into a class folder, so MMAC126. I've created a folder in that called exercises, and then lesson 1 cat, and then lesson 1 media. Now it's really important to keep your files organized, especially when you're working at an agency or with freelance clients. So definitely make sure you put your files in a nice organized position. All right, so then we can open up After Effects. And this is the first window that you'll see when you open up After Effects. Here we will be creating a new project by clicking on this button. But if you're coming back to a recent project, you can also open that here as well. What is special about a project folder is that it contains all of the compositions or documents that we're going to be creating, as well as links to all of the assets like our video footage, our audio, our text, etc., all together in one place. So let's click on New Project now. All right, and we can actually do File and Save As and save our project. And let's save it to that same MMAC folder, Lesson 1 Cat. And I'm just going to call this Cat Demo. It's really important, as I said earlier, to keep our files named correctly and organized. All right, so first thing that we're looking at is our entire After Effects application window. You can see up at the top here, we have our main menus. This has all of the menu items in After Effects. So this is a bit of a slower way of accessing all of your commands. However, we will be using it from time to time. We also have a bunch of panels. So our first panel on the left is the project panel. This is where we'll be importing all of our assets to, where we'll be organizing our files and organizing our compositions. Next here we have our actual composition window. This is where the magic happens, where we're going to be adding our footage, moving our text, creating our animations. All of that good stuff happens in our composition panel. Above this project panel and composition panel are tools. You can't really see them right now, but we'll be going over those as well. On the right hand side, this is our stacked menu. Right now, you can see we have things like info, effects and presets, our characters, so our text, our line menu, all of our various menus that we could possibly need at our fingertips. Right above that, we have our different workspaces, which I'll be talking about later. Essentially, there's a number of layouts that you can have, or really infinite layouts that you can have for all of these different panels. Right now, I'm using the workspace called All Panels, and I can reset it to the saved layout at any time. You can also use defaults, or small screen is a good one as well. If you want to reset your panels to the default view, so exactly like we're opening now, you're going to hold down Command Option Shift while After Effects is opening, or if you're on a PC, it's Control Alt and Shift. The last panel I want to introduce you to is our timeline panel down at the bottom here. And this is where we'll be creating our compositions. We'll have multiple layers like text and video footage down here, and we can set keyframes and animate in this area to the right. All right, so for this video, we have downloaded the assets we need for our first project. We've created our first project. We've also done a very quick tour of the After Effects interface. And we can proceed to the next video where we will add our assets to our project, create our compositions, and then we'll dive deeper into all of these different menus. All right, thanks class.